Hello everyone, BT21 just released in Europe and in DCGO, and I played a few matches. I want to quickly go through these matches and show you how well Appmon actually works, because I'm surprised about how well it works and how aggressive it is. Let's jump into game 1. I'm going second and I'm playing against Dragonkin Reptile. They start with Elysamon into Cyclomon and Raising, which is alright, I guess. I can just go Rookie into Tamer in my turn, and that's also a pretty respectable start. I'd say I'd try to go for Charismon because I only need the Gossipmon, but again, I don't have any search cards. My opponent is going in Security, hoping that they will just survive and get an advantage out of the +1 memory, but unfortunately they die. After that, they play 2 Rookies, grabbing back a card from the trash and playing out the Elysamon to search for more cards. And good thing I have Sociamon, because I can just delete one of the Rookies and raid into the other Rookie with the link effect of Gatchmon. With all the link effects gone, I can search and finally find the Gossipmon, so I'm pretty much assured that I can go into Charismon next turn. Also pretty good, my opponent is going for Ukumon in the back and the level 4 in the battle area, which means if I can get rid of the level 4, I'll just be able to block the Ukumon and be safe for the next turn. So I'm going in, I'll link Gossipmon into Sociamon, draw a card, Digi-Fuse into Charismon. Now looking back at the footage, again, this was the actual first match, like 10 minutes after the update came off, and I could have actually not used Haru and just Fused with my own Your Turn effect, whatever. And after I used the Charismon, I could have just linked the Globemon, deleted the Dimetromon, and when I linked, I could use the Haru to fuse into the Gaiamon. With that, I could trash the top security and already have an established Gaiamon with protection, so that'd be kind of nice. But anyways, I also have the Gatchmon for the Navimon, so Gatchmon for 1 it is. Letting me raid right into the Metromon, taking it out with 6k. Again, looking back at it, I should have linked the Timemon and the Raising, so I can go for Globemon for 0 next turn. But I decided to Digivolve, because in my mind, F-Fusion works like DNA Digivolve, which is not true. I should have linked it as a setup and not Digivolved and Raising. But yeah, my opponent has nothing, and I mean actually nothing. They Digivolve and Raising, don't even go into level 4, they just clear my Appmon and use Crimson Blaze, which I don't really care about. I'm not going to play out anything from effects. If you would go into security, I guess there are a lot of security Appmon, yeah, but he's not going in security, he's just trying to clear my Gatchmon, which is not the most important thing right now. So yeah, right now I can link into the Globemon, as I've said earlier, go into Gaiamon in my own turn and make use of it. I decide to pass on the when Digivolving effect and only activate the link effect at the when attacking timing to unsuspend after the attack has been declared. I can pass them at 1 and they shouldn't be able to out the Gaiamon, especially while it has the effect to trash something to protect itself from any deletion whatsoever. It's once per turn with the Charismon at link, but I also have the Navimon linked, so I can just trash that one card and still keep the Charismon for follow turns. Yeah, he's actually trying to remove the Gaiamon with Raging Serpentine. Unfortunately, he didn't do enough checks for it to cost 4 memory less, so he puts me at 7. I just protect my Gaiamon, and from there on, it's game. I can't even make my finishing plays. They realize, oh my god, Gaiamon sticks on the board. They're toast, they're gone, they're done, it's over. Next up is a mirror match against Dark Dimmadome, Dimsdale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, Dark Dimmadome.
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Dimmadome, oh Dimsdale Dimmadome. Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome, oh Dimsdale Dimmadome.
For some reason they have a typo. It's like, it should be Dark Dimmadome, not Dark Dimmadome. But that's Dimmer fine for me if you Dark Dimmer get what I'm saying.
Dimsdale Dimmadome.
So my opponent, Dark Dimmadome, Dimsdale Dimmadome, blah blah blah, is off to a slow start because they have to use Applink, the option card, to look for a Rookie. Navimon is pretty fine. Timemon and Trash is pretty good for the Gatchmon play or the Globemon play. So maybe they already have Timemon in hand, or they're going to miss it later down the line. I would have loved to play out a Gatchmon and then link for 1 to play out a Tamer. I'll just play out the Navimon, grab the Gatchmon for later plays, and Digivolve and Raising. I think, looking back at it again, I should have kind of linked the Gatchmon in the battle area, just for 1 to choke them at 1 and make the Fuse for Gatchmon for 0 on my following upturn. But, well, whatever. Happens. He plays out Sociamon, and right now I'm kind of in a good position. I can just link 1 with the Gatchmon. Maybe there was a reason why I kept Gatchmon in hand, to be fair. So I just link for 1, get much more DP than the Sociamon, and raid into it. And now to choke my opponent, I can go into Gatchmon, grab back the Navimon for a search on the following turn. I think I'm in a pretty good spot because my Taimon has 8000 DP. My opponent tries to cycle with Scopemon. I'm not the biggest fan of Scopemon when it comes to Appmon. Scopemon is really, really good in the Three Musketeer, but I don't think it has a really great place in Appmon. So yeah, he tries to cycle, he draws 3 cards and trashes 2. And now there's one mistake. He has plus, I don't know, 3000 because of the Scopemon, because of the app link effect. And I think his thought process right now is if he app links with Globemon, he's gonna get the app link DP and the effect to delete something with as much DP or less. Now, the unfortunate part is you can only link to one Digimon at a time. So once you link the Globemon, you lose the DP you get from the Scopemon link. So you're only at the plus 4k, and which means you have 5k, which means that's less than my 8k. So there was actually no way he could have realistically gotten to enough DP to delete my Digimon, which again was the right play to app link into Gatchmon. So my time won. Now the next one is actually pretty funny because I know that guy. He's from my locals and we were in a Discord call at the time. So I started with an unfortunate play because, well, obviously if you have Gatchmon, you want to use the your turn to play out a Haru for free. But because I was going first and I wanted to have the Haru your turn effect to app fuse whenever I app linked, I just played it out for 4, putting him at a lot of memory. He was playing Red Hybrid with the newly acquired promo Emperor Gaiamon, which is, well, it's alright. I start my turn, I'm moving out the Taimon, and I see I have Globemon. So the only thing I'm missing right now is Gatchmon. And I have Haru on board. Haru is especially crazy in this scenario, because if I can somehow get to the Gatchmon, I can link it whenever I want to, draw a card, and then app fuse into the Globemon. So Globemon wouldn't have any protection, but a lot of DP, and he only has a single tamer, not a lot of colors, and there it is. I actually draw the Gatchmon. So now I can do what I wanted to do originally. At second thought, I was like, wait, I'm losing a hand card if I actually app link. So Digivolve the Taimon into Globemon, which obviously costs much more. It costs twice as much, but my opponent already has the memory tamer, so I'm actually getting more cards out of this play than app linking and app fusing. And I get the when digivolving anyways, as well as the your turn, so yeah, I think that's a pretty okay play. Unfortunately, he could just raid into my Digimon with 13k, which means I should have kind of app linked into something bigger. I just thought the raid is kind of nice with Gatchmon, but yeah, I could have used anything else in hand and would be fine with that play. I'm digivolving Gatchmon in the raising, and if I had another rookie, I could have just, as a turn pass, I wanted to play the Charismon and on play link something from trash, because I had something in trash. I could have also linked from hand, but for some reason I couldn't target any cards in my trash. I actually clicked on use and it didn't let me use the effect. So I think there is a small bug, but whatever. The update just came out, things are gonna get fixed, but yeah. Also, I said in the beginning that we were in a Discord call, which again was true. I told him, look, I would have linked. If you want to, you can attack because I would have forced you to attack and I have blocker. He was honorable enough to actually declare the attack because, you know, we're both judges. We're kind of, yeah, that should have happened. And yeah, I guess the game is bugged, whatever. So yeah, props to him. He's kind of breaking at that point and just playing out 2 tamer cards. So I'm doing the full Appmon combo right now. I'm moving out Gatchmon, app linking with the Navimon going to Gatchmon, linking with the Taimon going into Globemon. And with Globemon, here's the important part, I put in the Calendarmon to give minus 3k on the security, because I could have also put Sociamon or whatever into his sources, but the minus 3k is, I guess, the best thing you can do, because I want to go in for security attacks, and having DP plus and security minus on the security will guarantee me to go above any Emperor Gaiamon that's in security. So yeah, 2 easy checks going in here, and after that I just finish it up. I use the Haru to app fuse into Gaiamon, trashing another security, and now I also have the Charismon effect to protect my Gaiamon. So all he can really do is go in with level 4s and try to do something. He didn't have anything else except for level 4s, that's what he told me. So yeah, no Emperor Gaiamon, no option card, he didn't even have the colors for that, so kind of a rough game for him. But Appmon is so good, like that combo with Globemon, they 2 checks and then Gaiamon with section, like that's just insane. I hope you enjoyed these quick matches, and I hope you have a lot of fun with the Appmon deck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Doug Dimmadome, Dimsdale Dimmadome, owner of
Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome, the owner of the
the Dimsdale Dimmadome, Doug Dimmadome.
Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Dimmadome, oh Dimsdale
Dimmadome,
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome, oh Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug